Welcome to Brawlhalla.
Phazon's another one of those players who's like very hit and miss. When he's on, he's on. He's looking good. He's very exciting. But on the other side, there's times where he struggles. I mean, he lost to MegD in the past.
Yeah, that lifetime score of 1-0. You know, Phazon's got to be looking for the revenge. It always feels good for somebody that took you out of the last tournament that you just get the run back and then you prove, no, I got you.
Yeah, you got it. You know what? You need it for the ego a little bit. Sometimes you got to at least even it up and say, look, I'm a higher PR player, all right? People know who I am. People are rooting for me. But Phazon has been johnsing a lot today, saying he's feeling sick, not feeling good today. So we'll see how well that works out as we get into game one of Phazon versus MegD.
Ooh, immediately starting off the side strings, going for the high read, but MegD goes low for the recovery.
Good spot dodge from MegD, able to avoid that nair follow-up. I like the way Phazon's going straight into those follow-ups. A lot of times you'll see these string players, they'll go for the setup and then watch, not go for the read immediately. But Phazon with a down sig, can he get the first stock off MegD? No, the dodge through.
Yeah, but I mean, still every exchange is going the way of Phazon. He's got such a massive damage lead built. It's really just a matter of time at this point.
We'll see how he can get this stock off, throwing out the gravity cancel side signature dare.
Oh!
MegD steals the first stock.
That was absolutely clutch. The turnaround on the corner guard, phenomenal. MegD just running away with this. I thought for sure Phazon was going to take that first stock, have a full healthy one to lead with, but we're tied up.
I mean, Phazon had the stock in his cart, was going to the cash register, and MegD just runs by, grabs it out of the cart, and runs off. The lead that Phazon had, completely gone.
Now we're going to be looking for Phazon trying to get these strings started, but every time MegD is just interrupting it with those short-range guitar attacks, but they go off so quick.
We're going for the ground
Wow.
pound. MegD actually beating it out with the guitar recovery.
So now the momentum has just completely shifted on the back of that hinge knockout.
Phazon had such a huge lead, and now it's MegD building up that damage. It's the tortoise and the hare. He burst out the gates early, but MegD with the consistency, able to take this lead and potentially the stock with the D-Light recovery.
Oh
nope,
my
just
gosh.
the end stick.
Yeah, I mean, it is a phenomenal anti-air. You expect somebody to jump out of something or try and approach from the skies. You can send your bird. Let them take care of it for you.
He's a druid, right? He's got to get the familiars to help out.
All the woodland friends tried to go for the friendly bow toss to get an extra extension there, but it was just a little shy.
Just keep those active frames on the screen. Phazon gonna need to finish this
Beautiful.
stock. Hits the ground pound, but MegD is still resetting those jumps, so still plenty of opportunities.
Yeah, and I guess this is kind of what gave Phazon trouble in the first stock, was not being able to finish his food.
Yeah, that's definitely something he's been struggling with. He's able to get a good damage, but needs to finish it. Gauntlets could be the opportunity as he does have that recovery, has the side air. Where's the weapon toss? There it is,
nice.
Delayed it just long enough, and Phazon evens it up.
Yeah, I kind of waited for the first few options to get spent so that way he could narrow that cone of possibilities.
But immediately, MegD picks up a bow, building that damage back. Good spot dodge again from MegD.
Oh, yes.
Phazon reaching too far with the downlights.
I do like how oh no, caught by the neutral signature, and that's going to be game number one going the way of MegD fairly handedly after that first stock.
It started off so good for Phazon, and
But that, oh
that
my
right there.
gosh.
He just stole that stock and ran with it, got more, and it's just the Ensa game. Like we were talking about at the start, his ability to use those signatures are so good.
Yeah, 50% accuracy for both of them on the signatures, but MegD's, he hit them where they counted most for the knockouts.
Yeah, really good usage from MegD. On the other side, Phazon with the 31% accuracy on the light attacks. He was just not able to get those extensions on his sight strings, and when he did, it was good to build up that damage, but then he couldn't finish it, and that's where he was struggling.
They're both pretty high on the average damage per engagement. It's just MegD rocketed like crazy through that match.
Well, also, like, the engagement that kicked it all off for MegD, that was like a two-hit engagement.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
That was a 2-hit
Yeah,
engagement that
Phazon
got
was
a
barely
stop.
damaged.
Yeah.
So you know Phazon is going to kick off this game number 2. Looking, just hold on to my first stock. Don't lose it before I get to red.
Maybe lean a little bit more into the gauntlets as well. The scythe was looking nice, but we haven't gotten to see the gauntlets too much today from Phazon.
You see him trying to work his way in. A little bit of a shimmy step to get the side light going. Unable to get the dodge read.
Side light, end light from MegD. You see him back up again. Nice wake up from
comes
Phazon.
down. There's the damage. Yeah, now Phazon is really taking it to MegD on this one, playing phenomenal footsies. There's always that little bit of a backstep, knows that MegD has been liking to approach that guitar side light and just outspacing it, just being like, oh, I'm going to put 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and
nice
you're out.
Pick up. The N-Sig from Phazon will give him that first stock, and like you said, it's off the back of those footsies. Able to space around MegD so well.
Oh yeah, there's the dodge read. You dodge down twice in a row, you're going for a ride.
And really good setup from Phazon there. He just went for a neutral jump, but MegD does get that neutral sig again. He's been so good at finishing off stocks with those bow N-Sigs.
Yeah, that's the thing, not placing them unnecessarily. Oh, the bottom spiking end of that neutral air.
It was a fadeaway nair from MegD.
Man, I just watching them dance across the stage, always maintaining like just that little bit of footsie range, just outside of my attack range, just outside of your attack range.
Yeah, just those jumps around each other. They bring the footsies to the air too, the way that they're playing. But Phazon with that slight damage advantage. Side light, trying to get the read.
Ooh,
good change up from MegD.
Yeah. Yeah, hesitating on that dodge so he didn't get caught in any of the follow-ups.
D-Light Nair. Not enough to put him off screen, but Phazon again needs to finish this stock off. Side light not going to do it. Goes off stage. Ground pound not going to connect.
MegD did it.
Nice.
But caught on that down signature. That's the one that Phazon had been fishing for last game. You know, he got an early one with it, but not able to land it where it counts. There, getting a knockout with it, that could give him, you know, bolster his spirits where he needed.
Woo! Good two-piece from Phazon. But again, MegD's really good at spot dodging inside of it, and Phazon's not punishing those spot dodges.
Oh,
nice.
Dodge down, gets the extra hits. Phazon lapping MegD in damage.
Phazon caught him with the ankle breaker, but MegD with the slap from behind evens up the stocks.
Phazon having to fight unarmed. Until he armed up with the sight there. This is where, oh, MegD is so good at fighting back onto stage every single time.
Yeah, Phazon really hasn't been getting those off stages. There's the ground pound though, and he's going to put himself on the board. Ties it 1 apiece.
Hits him with the OEL salute saying, GG's my dude.
Welcome to the Exalted Lions as Phazon ties it up 1-1. Some good side play, but a lot more gauntlet play starting to come out from Phazon.
Yeah, I like going for that ground pound right there just because the last few times MegD always fighting their way back onto stage. Does the recovery early to interrupt any kind of waiting game that Phazon wanted to play. And Phazon's like, well, if you're just going to attack, I'm just going to dunk you right back.
Yeah, really good adjustment from Phazon. And predominantly, like, it's been the Scythe edge guards that he was going for, right? Like, he tried to go off stage, like, really early to be in position. But that time, he kind of waited a little longer, made the swap over to the gauntlets, and immediate ground pound as MegD was coming close.
All right, thinking about the last ban. Yeah, Demon Island left open. We're just running it right back.
Yeah, Phazon was ready for that one. The second it was open, he went into it, and we're going into game number 3.
All right, no legend change, no map change. Only the gameplay can change.
Just going to make those micro adjustments. As we're here in game number 3, MegD might have gotten the spawn weapon, but Phazon got the initial damage.
Oh, but now this is where the lead can kind of compound. Wow, Phazon going for the dash down light, that slide kick. I understand wanting the huge reward, but I'm just glad MegD didn't bite too hard on it.
MegD is, in fact, biting with these Katars, just taking these bits and pieces off of Phazon, making him bleed as he's getting in, getting out. Good footsies from MegD.
Ooh. Yeah, so this is where we've seen Phazon do a bunch of the scythe setups, and MegD has either been spot dodging or dodging down. Oh my gosh! Yeah, doesn't have enough. MegD knows it. It's like, I'm just going to hop on Yara the Wolf and just get out of here.
Looking like a reverse of game number 1, where Phazon was able to build up all that damage and MegD got the first stock. Now this time, MegD had so much damage built up, and Phazon was like, all right, but like scythe offstage.
Man, yeah, that was a huge catch with the down signature. Absolutely unbelievable.
Oh, but can he get this extension? Get
the
stage control.
You know Phazon is scheming. He's like, yes, please come off stage
come
while I
here.
am armed with this scythe.
Don't worry, there's nothing in the waters.
Surely, you're
Come play
safe,
with me.
Safe against this werewolf in its lair.
I'm just a clown in the sewer grate, don't worry.
Oh.
He's getting more damage. He's getting a lot of extra credit. Charge it up. Maybe a little over eager with those down 6. MegD starting to make some adjustments, not jumping straight forward. And so the stock count gets evened up.
Phazon sneaks in with the gauntlets. And again, shoving MegD off stage. Wow, went for the dash into side signature. Looking to take stocks early.
Yeah, looking for that ground pound there. Not able to get it. Again, goes for those weapon tosses down. MegD's not getting caught by those, so it's not making those landings from Phazon as safe as he wants them to be.
I'm really looking forward to Phazon's pacing changes. You know, he's been doing this throughout the set. Oh, didn't get caught in the half pipe, but there was a ton of damage. But you see Phazon, he slows it down sometimes. He kind of goes through this ebb and flow, where he'll spend a lot of his options, do the babysit edge guard, and then he'll mix it up next time with the immediate attack edge guard. And that's something that's just really hard to put your finger on and find a way around. And it's been working against MegD this game.
But still, those MegD spot dodges working against Phazon. Is going for that side light, down light. And so many of those down lights have been spot dodged through. MegD, one side sig could bring him back into this one.
Yeah, you see him setting up for the signatures. It's like, all right, you're spending all your options. I'm going to cover the anti-air. I'm going to cover your jump. And now we're back 1-1.
MegD's KOs have predominantly been those BOUT N6. They're working so well for him.
Ooh, looking to play a little bit of footsies himself. MegD backing up this time with that side light.
Nice spot dodge from Phazon. Couldn't get a follow-up off that end light, though. Didn't have a read on the movement of MegD.
Oh! Spot dodge. That was a gutsy spot dodge. Bold and necessary.
Kept him alive. That's all that matters, as he still has the stock to play with. Another dare. MegD running out of jumps. Gets the wall touch.
Oh, no!
He didn't touch.
Just a little too soon. Unbelievable. Phazon had the coverage, and as soon as you saw those sweat drops, yeah, if somebody doesn't have the options, don't chase them. Don't give them the opportunity to hit you and get that chase dodge back to stage.
Oh, there's that dodge away. The threat from Phazon was enough. It's going to put him up 2-1 over MegD. Man, what an edge guard. We've seen Phazon going for edge guards where he's going for the immediate attack, trying to burn your jumps. He's gone for that immediate ground pound. He's gone for like the delayed stuff, the gravity cancel D-sig. That time, it was just existing. The threat, that potential, that aura that got the stock.
Dangerous. So Phazon up 2-1. You're looking for your prediction to move on, but MegD might have other plans.
I'm definitely very much rooting for Phazon. I'm not going to lie.
I appreciate you know,
I gotta be
curtailing
honest.
your bias here as much as you
I
can.
do my best, all right? You know, I will admit my biases. I think everybody has biases. But at the same time, like, I love good Brawlhalla. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can't be mad if it goes to a game 5. Of course, I'm rooting for Phazon either way. But MegD going to have to make some sort of adjustment here. Is he going to stick with the Ember, which has gotten him so far, or is he going to make a swap something classic, maybe a Zol or something? I don't know.
It's all right. You're saying you're rooting for Phazon. I'm sure Sparky is just waiting to run out here and steal my headset. And just, let's go, MegD!
Yeah. Sparky's in the back rooting for MegD. Just maybe rooting for MegD, or in some cases just rooting against whatever I've said.
You know, who's to say? And
Who
why?
knows?
You know, you
Who
don't need
knows?
to parse it that way. They can be one and the same.
Yeah, they don't have to be completely exclusive, but it looks like they're thinking a lot harder on this one. This is a rare break in the matches. Like, generally, they're running match to match to match, and looks like a little bit of an ice out here as they're thinking about their map picks.
Yeah, is it going to be the map picks? Do you imagine a world where MegD is changing off of Ember?
I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, especially like in MegD's case where he's been playing the same character for a really long time, it's really hard to say, like, to go away.
It's a hardcore main.
If it was the other side, if Phazon was the one who was 1-2, I'd be like, yeah, he'll make a swap. Go to the Wushan, go to the Val, go to something else, because you have a wide enough character pool that you can go to something that is a little bit more established and more known. Yeah. But on the other side, like, there isn't a known established character pool. I'm sure MegD has a lot of characters that he can go to.
Sure.
But for the most part, it's been the Ember show. And it's going to be the Asuri for game number 4.
All right, so it's Katars and Sword, but I'm curious to see how this plays out, just because that neutral signature did so much work for MegD, and you don't exactly have a real analog to that here.
Yeah, I mean, he'll still have some stuff, of course, like Sword, great for getting those knockouts, D-Light, recovery, and then at the same time, he'll have that dunk down coming in with the Qatar N-Sig if he's wanting to stick to that N-Sig gameplay.
So it's cats and dogs in game number 4. Is this going to play out, you know, how historically people say, or is this actually just a tiger against a chihuahua?
I don't know. It's kind of funny in the sense that, like, when you actually look at how many times a Mordex and a Asuri have fought in tournament, it generally goes in favor of the Mordex. And I don't know if that's the Mordex versus Asuri bias, or if it's the Sandstorm versus every Qatar player bias. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very fair, because right now, you know, MegD has been holding on to a faint lead throughout this first stock. It's just, can you actually finish it?
Yeah, needs to secure it. Going to be sticking with this sword because it has so many classic knockout tools in its kit. Likely looking for gravity cancel D-Light to get it. Ooh, that recovery actually might be able to do it. So just a raw recovery. Phazon not able to get the punish with that Nair. Needs more damage.
This is interesting that Phazon, you know, he's got 2 weapons that are phenomenal at ending stocks early off stage, whereas MegD has these weapons that usually look for the vertical knockouts, right? Recovery on either of these weapons, a very strong knockout tool. Oh, but the neutral light, enough damage there to get the job done.
Yeah, that's MegD actually struggling a little bit. Like, had to build up a lot of damage for that sword and light to be the kill tool, but at the same time, like, he still has that damage and still has some health by the recovery from Phazon.
Yeah, I dare say the Gauntlets may have an easier time getting the vertical knockout on this map as opposed to, like, MegD's sword, just because this is a pretty tall ceiling on Apocalypse. A lot of the Gauntlets reads that bring you for the vertical knockouts, they carry you up there before actually hitting you. You know, it's the side light to bring you up, and then another gravity cancel side light to go even further before the recovery even hits.
Yeah, we'll see if Phazon can do that. At the other side, like, he's been getting a decent amount of offstage KOs, right? Like those horizontals. Hasn't really been able to connect with that side sig on the Scythe, which is a really common, like, general Mordex knockout tool. Went for the dodge read there with that chase dodge turnaround there. Wasn't able to get it. MegD with a good dodge down.
Damage staying so incredibly close this game.
Nice pickup. Going off stage, goes for the gravity cancel D-Light, but MegD with a great dodge through was ready for that one.
Yeah, that was the perfect timing, and you've got to be so insanely careful. Wow, Phazon going for a big read, didn't get punished for it, and was able to tag MegD on the attempt.
Yo, nice kick from Phazon, secures the weapon toss safely. The dunk down will bounce, but still knockout.
This is going to be a very high damage done game.
Yeah, they're definitely putting out a lot of damage before they're connecting with that KO tool. But again, a W's a W. It's okay as long as Phazon gets that W.
Downlight nothing?
My favorite combo, honestly. Shout out to Lil Cap.
I feel like Phazon was expecting something else.
Yeah, maybe just not expecting that to hit. That's what you see a lot with, like, blasters, right? It's like they'll throw it out and they're like, wait, I was kind of just throwing that out there.
Now we're down onto last stock. MegD looking to push this to a Game 5. Phazon looking to move on into winner's semifinal.
Side light, end light.
Geez, MegD really trying to control center stage every time Phazon just crossing over. MegD like, all right, no, I'm not going off stage against that scythe. I'm not going near the corner against that scythe. I'm just going to hold on to the stage control.
MegD playing from below. He's getting damaged, starting to get more and more hits. Respecting the scythe of Phazon. Phazon goes for the dare. One more hit, and MegD could be getting this one.
So many options spent. We're going to see those sweat beads soon. Woo. Oh, Phazon able to fight his way right back.
He needed to hit that recovery, but so did MegD as he gets this one to game number 5.
Whew, the Asuri swap paying the big bucks here.
Yeah, and it's a different mentality, right? He's not playing back looking for those BOUT N6 or anything like that. Instead, has to play a little bit more aggressive, force these issues against Phazon.
Yeah, I don't think we saw really many signatures. None of them landed. Only 2 put out that game. MegD, that Asuri definitely something very different pace, but man, 54% accuracy on the light attacks? That's insane.
That's really nice. Definitely hitting multiple light attacks, and it's one of the reasons why his average damage per engagement was a little bit higher. Is right, like he's able to get that extra 2-3 hits, and that's what adds into that accuracy.
Yeah, I guess something to be said about not putting yourself out of alignment, you know?
Yeah.
You're just like, I don't need to go for the attack right here. I need to get the position.
Definitely positioning, very important, especially for MegD, right? Like a very footsie-heavy player. So, of course, that positioning is going to be nice. But here we go. Into game number 5. Phazon versus MegD. Who's going to earn that fight in the winner's side top 8?
Oh, but now we're back onto Demon Island. This is where Phazon took a number of these wins here. And now that MegD, you know, might not have to work, geez, it's still going to be rough for the vertical knockouts.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a struggle point for Phazon, but these short walls on Demon Island, and especially with the way that Phazon has been playing these off stages, might be looking for that a lot as he immediately goes into the vertical.
Yeah, I mean, he's still looking to build a little bit of the damage. Hopefully we don't have to build quite so much damage to get knockouts where neutral lights are knocking out from the stage.
MegD just getting 1 or 2 punishes. Honestly, not the biggest punishes. Phazon really looking for the jump for that end sig. Throws out the side sig, starting to get desperate for this knockout onto MegD. Wants to get this lead and maintain it.
Yeah, has certainly been dictating the pace so far, but now getting greedy going for these signatures, and MegD always tagging Phazon right in the back. Oh, the big boot disarms MegD off the stage.
And again, Phazon, he's looking for that gravity cancel to try to catch that final bit of movement from MegD, and MegD just so good at waiting long enough to dodge through. Nice D-light recovery. Phazon going to get the lead.
Yeah, that was insanely smart, rushing in with the slide kick, knowing that MegD wanted to go for the weapon starve, and after the weapon toss was just left wide open.
Now we're on the second stock of MegD with the sword in hand. It was definitely a lot of Katars coming out from MegD. Obviously not that surprising considering Ember, Asuri carryover between the 2 weapon characters. D-Light's there. Good job not jumping on that one. He did hit that one awkward.
Yeah, when you catch him pretty low, it's not going to send him up where the jump side air is what you need. You got to go immediately into it.
Yeah, longtime sword players know that one. Goes for the chase dodge turnaround Nair, but of course Nair not having as much stun time as he can get that immediate follow-up.
Man, situation getting tense. MegD again with the stage control. And whenever you have more of the stage at your back than your opponent does, you get to dictate the spacing and the pace. We talked about MegD being a very footsie-heavy player, and having that runway available behind you actually lets you implement that game plan.
Yeah, you want a bigger dance floor so that you can dance around your opponent when your opponent is the one on the edge dancing on a cliff, but the end sig, Phazon, still needs to finish this off. That high ceiling of Demon Island not helping him out.
Arms up onto the sword. This is where we're going to be looking for the downlight. Ideally into side air at this point, just to get the stage control back, just because this is going to be... Oh, the dunks Phazon, I gotta tell you, that pace change up when he decides, yeah, I'm not gonna babysit this time, I'm going right over the corner, it lands so often.
Yeah, I love the way he was positioning for that one. Like, in my head, he was screaming, I'm going to recover you if you go too high. And the second that MegD starts to dip low, he's like, just kidding, ground pound. But he still needs to get this extra credit. He needs to guarantee this game 5.
Gets the start of the string off of that signature punish. But man, MegD has really kept him honest to just single siphons.
Oh!
Yo, spiked.
And he doesn't have the jumps. Final stocks here, game number 5. MegD versus Phazon. Who is going to earn their spot in the top 8?
This is tense. Cats versus dogs, gauntlets versus guitars. It's the close range match.
Down right sideline, got the read, got the recovery. High ceiling though. Goes for the same read, but MegD changes it up.
Just fighting around that extra weapon, knowing that it's kind of like a feature on the map almost.
It's a torch, man. It helps light. They're like, okay, I can see around this area.
Oh my gosh! From the bottom, Phazon clutching it out in game number 5. 3-2 over MegD.
And that means Phazon will earn his fight against Snowy in the top 8. MegD gonna now go down into the lower bracket with all the other Sharks that are down there.